Well, one of the most talented English players I've ever gone ahead to know is known as Joy Cole. And I'm not even astonished by him coming out and obviously urging Arsenal to get in Khvicha Kvaratskhelia. Guys, I remember when Arsenal was obviously struggling with injuries, in the January transfer window of last year, I told everyone that let Arsenal break the bank and get in Khvicha Kvaratskhelia. He would have gone ahead to win them the Premier League and the Champions League, I tell you. Because a team where he went, that is PSG, that Arsenal beat in the group stages, obviously went ahead to end up really knocking out Arsenal. And the difference was Khvicha Kvaratskhelia. And I'm not calling myself wise because it's either wise here ahead, but he's a kind of player that I really thought that every club in the world needed him. Every club in the world needs Khvicha Kvaratskhelia. It's like Kobe Mainoo. Every club in the world needs a player like Kobe Mainoo. It's like William Saliba. Every club in the world needs Saliba. I tell you this because they are really special players in there for you, and they are the best almost in those positions where they do play, especially when you combine talent and delivery, because many players are really talented, but the delivery sometimes really lets them down. Now, Khvicha Kvaratskhelia to Arsenal transfer urge, and obviously it's Joy Cole onto this one. From there, we'll cross a little bit to a side known as Italy, as things have gone ahead obviously unfold, and the top bosses of Italian football are obviously throwing in the towel, and they're like, we are calling it quits in there for you because of how Italy went ahead to perform. But don't forget to subscribe, guys. I'm really excited. Every video I really upload, goes ahead to obviously gain us like 10 subscribers. That means on a daily we are getting in like 30 subscribers, and we've gone ahead to hit 28,508 therefore, meaning that we are left with 482 subscribers to hit 29,000 in there for you. And I just love it. You guys, you are loving my work, and what's the best way for you guys to reward me is by you guys subscribing to this video, to my channel, to not miss out on the content that I obviously put out here. I went ahead and obviously did the story of Khvicha Kvaratskhelia in here, and now we are back at it again. Now, Joy Cole played for Chelsea, I think played for West Ham, played for Liverpool, has come up and told us that if Arsenal win one trophy, they might really kick on. Even already, if you look at what they are planning for next year, you hear they are talking about trying to sign Khvicha Kvaratskhelia from PSG. Imagine putting him in this Arsenal team. Guys, he's like getting words from my own mouth. And you've been seeing me coming up and obviously telling you a lot about this side, about the player as Khvicha Kvaratskhelia. He's one of those players that is complete. And the problem that is limiting him is him playing at PSG. If Khvicha Kvaratskhelia was playing for Manchester United, Arsenal, Liverpool, Chelsea, Man City, Real Madrid or Barcelona, he would have gone ahead to be everywhere. And no player in the world matches his energy, talent, and performance, I tell you. In every club in the world, he has to start. That's why Joy Cole is like, imagine Arsenal putting this guy into their team. I've been on record several occasions. I've come up and told you, why is Arsenal really struggling to obviously win certain games? Do you know why they really do struggle? I do have the reason. It's because they lack penetrative wide forwards that penetrate through the opponent and obviously cause the required damage. In as far as scoring goals and creating chances is really concerned. That is what is really disturbing the club of Arsenal, I tell you. There is nothing else that is disturbing the club of Arsenal, I tell you. You know, defensively they're okay, their midfield is okay, and where do they have to work on? Well, it's their wide forwards, you know. Noni Madueke tries, Saka, very selfish, Trossard tries, but not to that level in there. That means you need another explosive, creative player like Kvaratskhelia, who can come up and obviously do the needful. I tell you, if Arsenal bring in Kvaratskhelia, I won't even need to come up here and I really tell you my Premier League team. Sorry, my Premier League winner of 2026-2027. Whichever Premier League club signs Kvaratskhelia is going to be unstoppable. The guy is unreal. You know, he's hardworking. He's a box-to-box player. He can score goals. He can defend. He can score free kicks. He can shoot from far. He can really put in good set pieces, especially corners and so on and so forth. And when you look at Joy Cole, for a man who has obviously played the game, he knows that a player like Kvaratskhelia brings in a lot at the club of Arsenal, right? He brings in a lot at the club of Arsenal because it's what Arsenal are really waiting for. It's what Arsenal are really missing. And for every team that has gone ahead to dominate world football, they've gone ahead to have that one special player that really does magic. Let me give you an example. Man City had a player known as Kevin De Bruyne. He was the magic. They really had very many talented players, but KDB stood out. Let me take you to the days of Sir Alex Ferguson, his second era of obviously winning trophies. Cristiano Ronaldo was key to that. And for the other half, when he came in through and started to win Premier League trophies, before Ronaldo came in through, he had, I think for that, I'll say Ryan Giggs. He was the dominant factor into that. And Roy Keane. It's either Roy Keane or Ryan Giggs. They're really very dominant in there for you. One will say David Beckham in there. So you need to be having that one player that can obviously do or produce a moment of magic when the team needs it. Sometimes all players are down and that one player needs to raise himself up. And that is what Kvaratskhelia does. Bring him through to that Arsenal side. They win a treble next season. And if I'm Arsenal, the first player to bring him through, he should be the one. Break the bank, get him in ASAP. That is it. So, Joyko knows it. He knows it, that if Arsenal gets in Kvaratskhelia, my dear, more havoc. Because Arsenal will move that ball from the midfield, from the defense midfield very well, but these wide forwards are really lacking. And they need that midfielder, wide forward with a spark. And that is Kvaratskhelia for me. He brings in a lot on the table and he'll continue to do the needful. So I just love the player, and good enough that teams like Arsenal are really looking at him, and even players that are really reputable like Joe Cole have come up and obviously told us that it is good to obviously have a player like that coming in through to Arsenal and even sharing us the advantages in there for you. So this guy is the real deal. He is the real deal. Trust me, if you've seen him play, you agree with me. If you haven't seen him play, track him out and you'll come here and really thank me later. The guy is exceptional. And I really had that before he crossed to Napoli, they had told Arsenal about this guy. That's what I really had. They had told Arsenal about this guy. So, thank you very much for watching through. That is what we had about Kvaratskhelia, but I know how we can improve that Arsenal side. All else you want me to obviously do a video about him on how we can change the Arsenal side, but that guy is one of a kind, I tell you. Now, let's go to Fabrizio Romano. And after Italy failed to beat Bosnia, it's official. Italian Federation President Gabriele Gravina has just resigned. It's over now. I wish even in Africa people really start to understand that when things fail, you have to resign. Like here in Uganda, we do have the FIFA president. A lot of things are not going the right way, but he's still there. He has done what he's going to have to do, but he has been at the helm of the game for, I think, 12 years. And I think it's good for him to obviously come out and obviously throw in a towel, but he's not throwing in a towel. But this guy has gone ahead to throw in a towel and is like, let someone else come and take over because I've failed to take my team to the World Cup, you know? And he has just gone ahead to resign. And even the coach, Gennaro Gattuso, you know, we've been told by Fabrizio Romano that Gennaro Gattuso expected to leave his job as Italy national team head coach, follows missed World Cup qualification after defeat by Bosnia. Obviously, Gennaro Gattuso, you know, Gennaro is one of those players that I think is big-headed, and even in his management career, he might be big-headed, and he's one of those managers that really played as midfielders that is going to fail to impact the game in as far as what he really did on the pitch is concerned to what he's obviously bringing on to the pitch as a manager. But obviously, I know he'll obviously have to step down as a manager because Italy deserves better. But though, I have my friend called London and my friend called Khvicha on a certain TikTok live. They told me Italy, I think they do have Bastoni, they do have Sandro Tonali, and which other player who is really up to the standards of those Italian players that you used to see. If you really know what Italy had as a team, the pillars of this world, you know, I think they've just gone ahead to replace Sandro Tonali through Andrea Pirlo because they almost look the same and their playing style is the same. Rokani is my name. I sign out for now. See you later, and continue to see to it that all really goes on well as planned. And please do the needful and really keep it up with us. Bye-bye for now.